Shalom. First of all, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rikakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and continues to rule well. Peace and salutations to Yahakim out here pushing his word in sincerity, truth, and in faith. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners. Those of our people that very well may look exactly like the other nations, but their heritage through their father's seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Hebrew Israelites. And shalom to the few Akwath, the few sisters that's out here listening in all humility. All right, I have another lesson, and I'm going to title it There's a time and season for everything under the sun. Okay? And you have to recognize what time you're living in so that the things that you're doing are according to the time. Okay? In a time of war, you don't want to be coming with all peace. Okay? In a time of peace, you don't want to be coming with all war. Okay, the Most High created everything, and He created one thing against the other. Okay, and He made it to whereas He made it to whereas one thing shines and then another is on the back. You got up, you got down. You got light and you got darkness. One is present and one is not. But they're opposite. They're against each other. Okay. So let me get into it. This is Ecclesiastes 3. I'm gonna start at 1. It says, "To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven, a time to be born and a time to die." Okay? Because when you're born, you get the breath in you. But when you die, the breath leaves you. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. Okay? You got growing corn. You plant the kernels in the ground, and you see the plant starts to bud, and it starts to grow up, and then little ears of corn start to grow on the stalk of the corn, and then it grows and it produces like that plume at the end to let you know that it's ready to be harvested. Okay, so that's the time to harvest, to pluck it up. Okay, a time to kill and a time to heal. Okay, a time to break down and a time to build up. All right, now we're living in the time of breaking down. Okay, it's time for Esau's kingdom to be broken down. All right, and once their kingdom is broken down, our kingdom will be builded up. Okay, because two things, the light and the darkness, can't exist in the same space. All right, light and darkness can't exist in the same space. When the light leaves, the darkness comes. When the light comes, the darkness leaves. Okay? So the darkness is here now. As far as rulership, okay, as far as the kingdom, this is a dark kingdom. Esau's kingdom, his world. It's all wickedness and madness, man. Okay? Every day. Since he's been in power, it's all darkness. But it's a time to what? A time to break down. Okay, and the Lord is going to break down this kingdom. And at that time, when this kingdom is broken down, the kingdom of heaven will be built up. Okay? It says a time to weep and a time to laugh. Okay? We're weeping right now because of the rulership, because of this devil, man. Okay, but pretty soon we're going to be laughing. We're going to be laughing at the 2/3. We're going to be laughing at Esau. When the Lord brings the destruction upon him, we're going to be laughing. Okay? It says a time to mourn and a time to dance. We're mourning right now because we're in his kingdom. But when we get into our kingdom, we're going to be dancing. Okay? It says that we're going to wake up on our beds. You know, when we wake up, we're going to be happy. When we wake up now, we're sad. Oh, shit, I got to go to work. You're tired. Body feels like you haven't had any sleep. Just want to go back to sleep. Okay? It says a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. Okay? The stones that built up this kingdom are going to be cast away. Okay? It's going to be, this place is going to be demolished. But the stones that will be used to build up the kingdom of heaven, they're going to be gathered. Okay? It's a time for that. Now we're at the time for these stones of this kingdom to be cast away, man. Okay? To be thrown down. Okay? A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. Okay? A time to get and a time to lose. Yeah, we're losing on this side. We're losing because this is not our kingdom. Okay? This is not our rest. When in our kingdom, we're going to constantly get, and we're not going to ever lose. Okay? The things that we have is going to be ours for eternity. You don't own anything here. You can't own anything here. Okay? You don't even own your body you're in. Alright? Most High takes that away from you. But in the kingdom, we're gonna own our body. We're gonna be in it, man. We're gonna be able to have it for eternity. It's a time to keep and a time to cast away. Alright? A time to rend and a time to sow. A time to keep silent and a time to speak. Now it's the time to speak. Okay? About the destruction that's coming and that the Lord is coming back to save his elect out of this dreadful kingdom, man. Alright? And there's nothing that anyone can do about that, man. This is all in the script. This has all been written before we were even on the earth. Okay? Before the earth was even formed. This was all written. Okay? And we're speaking about it now, because now it's the time to speak. Okay? Before the Most High set up Abba Bivens, you know, to come back, who was the prophet Elijah, it was a time to be silent before then. But then when he came, it was a time to speak. Alright? It says a time to love and a time to hate. Oh, I thought, oh God, he's all love. He's all love. What? Most High created both sides. And he said that he loved Jacob, but he hated Esau. Okay, you can't get around that. All right? And he hated Esau forever, man. Not just for a little while, but forever. Hate him so much to where he's going to eradicate him or exterminate him from the earth. Okay? That's what he's going to do. All right? It says a time of war and a time of peace. And we're in the time of war right now. We're not in the time of peace. Even though war is not just right at your front door, this is wartime. War is happening all over the earth. They are warring against us. Okay, when you go to the grocery store and buy your children these cereals and stuff to eat like that, they got all kind of chemicals in it that's destroying you and your children that eats it. That's war. Okay, chemical warfare. All right, it's not peace. They're not living in a time of peace. But when we come and we take hold of the earth, okay, it's going to be a time of peace. Okay, the scripture said that they're gonna beat their war weapons, their swords and stuff, into plowshares. It's not going to be any more reason or need for weapons anymore to fight against each other, because all of that's going to be done. It's going to be a time of peace forever. Okay? Anybody gets out of line, they're not going to war about it. They're just going to get put down. They're going to get destroyed. Okay, for coming against the peaceful men of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, so it's a time and a season for everything. Like I say, we're in the time of war right now. They are warring against us. They're warring against us by taking our name and putting it on themselves, said they are the JOOs, okay, but they put an ish on the back of it, you know. They say they're the chosen people of the Most High, okay, but the scriptures clearly says when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. People are not rejoicing right now. People are, even their own people are complaining about the cost of living. How it's so hard to live in this place now. Okay, how everything is sky high. Is jacked up, man. Okay. I went in the store the other day. My daughter wanted some potato salad. Right? And I went in there to get some, and the little small one like this, about this round, a little small one like that, used to be like $2.50, okay, $2.49. Now it's $5, okay, $5. Everything is doubling up. Everything is double price, okay. The apples used to be 99 cents. Now they're $1.49. Okay. That's all. That's a half of the price increase. Okay. And this is everywhere. And these prices are sticking. Everything is going up but your wages. Okay, I seen a guy talk about in 1970 something, minimum wage was like $1.75 or something like that. But an apartment was like like a little over $100 a month. Okay, and you were able to pay your rent. Okay, and have a little money left over with that wages. But now, with the price of an apartment, you don't even make enough money to pay the rent. You have to have 2 jobs, and just to pay the rent, just for the rent, not everything else, your car note, your phone, your lights, your gas, okay, your gas for your car, your food, all of these things. You can't make it because this is the way that they set it up. Okay, we're at war. They're at war with us. Our people can't see that they're being targeted. Okay, it's wartime. No peace, ain't no peace. All right, everything is coming down heavy on the Hebrew Israelites, man. Okay, you have to basically have a roommate. And now the women are really complaining. At first I heard 185,000 women got laid off. And then I heard 300,000 so-called black women got laid off their jobs. It could be black and Hispanic. Okay? So all these things that they were bragging about and had the nerves to say, I don't need a man, because they were making it. Okay? Now it's going to be a time of trouble. Okay? You're gonna be wishing for a man. You're gonna be wishing for a man. You're gonna wish a man would come and save you. You're gonna humble yourselves. You're gonna really humble yourselves. And more than likely, the men are not going to want to deal with you, because they already know what your attitude is and what your attitude was. It may have changed, but that is really who you are. Okay? That I don't need a man, girl. That's you. Because if things get a little better, you will put the man off again. Okay? So that's what it says in the scriptures. And she that is mine enemy shall see it. Okay? And shame shall cover her, who said unto me, where is the Lord thy power, your God? Where your God at? You always be talking about this God stuff. Where he at? And you looking all this, and you all poor, you this and you that. Okay? The Lord is going to show you who he's dealing with. He's going to show you that the man that you hate is the man that he loves. And that he only did that and put the man in that position for a little punishment, man. Okay? Just let me get that. I'm going to make that the last scripture I get. Let me just get that, because, you know, the time for weeping is gonna come, okay, to you women. Yeah, this is Micah 7. Let me see, I'm gonna start. Let's start it. At 7. Micah 7 and 7. Therefore, I will look unto the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. I will wait for the power of my salvation. My power will hear me. Okay. Rejoice not against me, O my enemy. Okay, and we know who our enemies are. The so-called white man and the so-called black lady. The black women. When I fall, I shall arise. Okay, and we're in a fallen state now, but we're going to arise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall be a light unto me. I will bear the indignation of the Lord Yahweh because I have sinned against him. And that's what we're doing. We're bearing his indignation, his anger against us. Until he pleads my cause, and he's going to plead our cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. Exactly. This is what's coming. Okay. To the men. Then she, that is mine enemy, okay, our women, shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, thy power? Okay, where he at? Alright? Mine eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Okay, and that's what's going to happen. You're going to get trodden down like the mire of the streets, man. Okay? So you're down there, and no man is going to save you. Because remember, you don't need a man. Remember that. Keep that same energy when the Lord brings this to pass. And it's in the scriptures. It's part of the script, so it will come to pass. Alright, so there's a time and a season for everything. Right now, you're living it up. Girls this and girls that, all that madness. Okay? But that soon come to an end. So, Lord willing, it was edifying. Until the next time, I want to say shalom.